Good morning, students. This is Venkat. I'm going to start class 7th first lesson, reading maps of different kinds. What I'm going to start today now? Reading maps of different kinds. Here, before of starting this lesson, I'm going to be asked some questions related to the last year. Once recall your knowledge, what you learned in the previous class, that is in class 6. We have a first lesson in the class 6 about maps. Once revise what we learned. So in the first lesson we learned that what is a map. So you know that map is a diagrammatic representation of an area showing physical features like cities and also the towns. So one more time I'll give you the definition of a map. Map means a diagrammatic representation of an area like land and sea, showing physical features like towns and also the cities. We also learned that last year the types of maps, that is physical map, political maps and also the historical maps. And I also explained what is physical map, what is political map and also what is historical map. And one more thing you learn that what are the symbols. They can say that conventional symbols, and you also know that making route map from one place to other place. So today I am going to start that a different concept based upon a map. The concept was reading maps of different kinds. So what is this concept? And there is some link up with the last year lesson, but somewhat you should be know that what is the map. First of all, you should know that world, India and everything. Take an example. We are in India and India is a part of world. The world is having that different type of temperatures, weathers, climate, mountains, rivers, physical features like very biggest hills and waterfalls, projects and snow covering areas. These are some different, how the people are having a different type of people, like some of the people are very tall, some of the people like very small, some of the people was very fat, like that. Similarly, we're also having that different type of landforms are also can found on the earth. So in the last year only we learned that for the purpose of to know the high temperature or low temperature, and then you can say that weather changes, climatical changes and rainfall, hot or cold temperature and about the desert regions. These all the things are, if you want to know about these all the things, we require that maps. So maps are showing that information, analytical information that will shown on the map. So here also, we're also going to know that different kinds of map, how we are making this map and differently, these are the things we are going to be learned. So once remember that what is meant by an atlas or else called a school atlas. Do you have any idea about atlas? Atlas is a book or else called as a book consisting with different kinds of map. Almost every country, every place in the world that you can found in the book of Atlas. So atlas means a book which consisting that group of maps based upon physical, political, historical, and also that some different type of thematic map also. One thing like a high temperature areas, low temperature areas, and high rainfall areas, low rainfall areas, and also arid regions like where the rainfall cannot fall, and these all the things can shown in the maps. So in the atlas, that you can say that in the school atlas we are going to get each and every information based upon the maps, or else information of a countries can found in the region of atlas. Atlas means a book which consisting that group of maps, that is called as atlas. So now today I am going to be explaining that what is meant by symbols. Do you have any idea on the children? Symbols. Symbols means, for example, take we have the mountains and we have the plateau and capitals, towns, projects, trees and ponds, the lakes. So these are all the things. The physical appearance on the earth we cannot bring into that maps. So we cannot bring these all the physical objects into the map. So the reason we are going to be use that symbols are as called as conventional signs instead of the main things. For alternative we are using that some symbols, like take an example, capital. Capital of India can be located like a dot. The dot symbols for a capital. So capital is always pointed out with the dot. And take an example, river. River can be shown that as line, carved line, and sometimes you can use some tributaries also. So like that. So river will be shown with the curved line, and that river will have some tributaries. The tributaries will show some lines which is going to be joined with the main river. So this is a symbol for a river. And also taking one more example is called as track. Track means we know the railway track. The railway track also can be shown like this one line, showing with some different type of a symbol of track. So, and also one more thing is can say that project, three lines like a wicket symbol is called as project, and mountain can be shown like this. So capital will be a dot, river will be a curved line, the track will be like this, project is also one mountain. You know, and also we have showing that trees are as called as forest. So group of trees are also can be shown, that's a symbol of forest. So one more time, what is the symbol? Or is called as conventional signs. So the physical objects we cannot bring into the map or else into the room. So instead of physical features or else physical structures, we are using that some alternative symbols. The symbols can be used for doing the map pointing. Take an example, capital of a country or a headquarters of a district will be shown with a dot. Symbol of dot can be used for a capital, and rivers can be shown like a curved line, and some of the small line is going to be joined, the symbol for a river, and the track can be shown like a track symbol. Projects can be shown like this, and mountains can be like this, and forest, some group of trees. I'll give you some example how can we draw this one into the map. Take an example, Godavari river starts from Maharashtra, it flows and joins in the region of Andhra Pradesh. Through Andhra Pradesh it joins in the region of Bay of Bengal. Whenever you are pointing that river Godavari, you can be draw like this. You can use some curve lines, and here it can be starts from the Western Ghats through this Andhra Pradesh. It joins in the region of Bay of Bengal. Similarly, take one more example. One more thing you can say that Telangana. Telangana comes here in this region like the structure of Telangana can be drawn like this. So the state can be demarcate the boundary, and headquarters of Telangana or as capital of Telangana, the Hyderabad can be located. So everything we have that some certain alternative symbols. By using the alternative symbols, we can point out that one more time. Today, first I explain what is map. Next, I explain that what is meant by atlas. Next, I explain that symbols. So atlas means you understand that, and we also today we studied that symbols also. Next is called as physical map. Actually, we know that we have three types of maps. One is called political map, one is called physical map, one is called historical map. Political map means which shows the political divisions of a country, like capitals, come to the districts and states, and also the state capitals and district headquarters, the towns, seaport areas. These all the things were shown in the region of political maps. Historical maps were showing about the previously how they ruled, how much area is comes under the control of previous rulers, that we studied in the last year only. But in this class we are going to study about physical features of physical maps. What is the use of map and what purpose these are the physical maps are making, how the physical maps are making. The physical maps means the physical divisions of a country. So physical divisions in the sense of physically how we are dividing. See that physical structure of human being, how our hands are showing that we have the organs, how the structure of human being can appear to the people. Similarly, the country is also appears with the physical divisions like a landforms. Take an example, landforms means like plains, plateaus, mountains, hills, and also the rivers and lakes and the peaks. These are all the things we can find in the region of physical map. So physical maps just we are preparing for the purpose of showing the physical features like landforms on the map. So by using this physical map, we can understand that what are the different type of things can found in the physical map. So now we are going to be show that. So why what is the physical map is over. Now we are showing that what is the measuring of physical maps. If you observe that maps, so if I don't have it now maps, that is a physical map of India. Once if you watch the physical map of India or Telangana or else called as world map, there you can find this some different colors, mainly green color and also called as brown color and thick brown color, light pink color and blue color, like that they are showing that. Main intention of division and showing the colors was how the area is covering with some different type of colors. Take an example, first one is always measuring of physical maps. So always we are calculating that physical map measuring. I am showing that. This is a blue color or showing with the sea level, showing with the sea level. Next one is showing with one more is called as so measuring height of the land. How we are measuring the land? So always measuring the land by using the sea level. The sea level means you can see that MSL, mean sea level. I will explain what is mean sea level. Mean sea level means throughout the world the sea level is always equal. So that is an estimation. Even if you go to that in sea level, in the sense of we have that Bay of Bengal is a sea side, and Indian Ocean we have a sea side, Arabian Sea is a sea side. Go to that Pacific Ocean side, or else Indian Ocean side, in any side. So the measuring was approximate measuring of throughout the world was the sea level was equal. So there is no height, there is no low. So and sometime, except in sometime, like in the time of tides. At the time of tides, the sea level goes above height, and tides means we have two types of tides. Tides in the sense of rising and falling of water in the ocean is called as tides. But when the tide is comes, the water goes very high. High rising of water, and also called as low going of water, is called as tides. There are two tides are there. One is called high tide and one is called as low tides. But at the time of tides, the sea level can be changed. Remaining time, the sea level is equal throughout the whole. At the time of measuring of a land, we are always calculating based upon the sea level only. Based upon the sea level only. Sea level shows that 0 meters height is called as sea level. And in this village there is called as Nimpur village. We can give any name. That's example we are giving that Nimpur village. So in the Nimpur village, I am showing that how the Nimpur village, what is the height of the Nimpur village, where the village was located, and where the temple was located, and what is the height of this area. That all the things I am going to explain. See, in this Nimpur village, 0 to 50 meters. So the village of Nimpur village was located between the 50 meters height. It is not equal to the sea level. So there are some of the places that is near to the sea level. So the height of that area was between 20 meters or else 15 meters or else 10 meters. When the places was near to the sea level, there are chance to be drowned under the water. So the region, but here the Nimpur village can found that above 50 meters height. Similarly, the temple of this village was located at the region of 100 meters height. So why we are saying that 100 meters height or 50 meters height? This 50 meters height is always based upon the sea level. So this village was located above 50 meters of this sea level. 50 meters above the sea level. And this temple was located above 100 meters, and the top of this village was 150 meters height. So one more time, I am going to be explaining this, how we are going to be measuring the physical map. Physical maps are always measuring based upon the sea level. Sea level in the sense of mean sea level. What is called as mean sea level. MEAN, mean sea level. So mean sea level, that is the sea level throughout the world was equal, and this sea level can be changed in certain areas called in some time when the tides are going to be occurs. The tides are going to be occurs only in some aspect, either in half moon day or else called as full moon day, because of the gravitational forces between the moon and also the sun and also the earth. When the high tides was occurred, the water can be flows very high. When the low tide is going to be occur, the water can be goes low. So when the time of tides only, the sea level can be changed, otherwise this one cannot be changed. Always calculating based upon the sea level only. So see this example here. Sea level means throughout the world the sea level is equal. Here the village Nimpur village was located above 50 meters of height. So the region, this is a mountain we given here, and in this mountain we mentioned this village above 50 meters height, and the temple was located about 100 meters of height, and also that the top of this village, that is 150 meters height. So village is always located near to the sea level. Temple was somewhat above 100 meters height, and the top of the village was 150 meters height. Okay, you see that there are some of the areas was located about 2000 meters height also, and there are some places was located more than 800 meters above also. What will happen if that place was in very above high? So the place, or else if we go to the higher altitude, altitude means high area. If you go to the high, to the atmosphere, the temperature can be decreased. When you take an example, if you stay here, the temperature is 5 degrees. If you go to that 50, that is 4 degrees. If you go to that 100, that goes to the 3. If you go to that 150, it means the temperature is going to be decreases when we are going to the higher elevation or high areas. So there are some of the areas which was located on above sea level, the temperature is going to be decreased. If the area is go to the low areas, the temperature is going to be increased. So next one is how we are showing this height on a map. Showing height on a map. This is called an example of map. So in the map, they are showing me the different colors. So imagine that this is called as the starting point, the sea level. From here you can say that this is called as 0 to 50 meters height. I was shown some with one color. And from here we have the 51 to 100 meters. And here we have the 101 to 150 meters. So on the map we will show that different colors. By using the colors we can understand that is showing height on a map. How we are showing height on a map? So this is the thing, the map which was mentioned that with the three colors, one color and second color and third color, and this is a field that is called a sea. So see here, first 0 to 100 meters are called as the first area, and next one is 51 to 100 meters, 101 to 150 meters. So three different colors and three different measurements. Even in the map also we have that some different type of measurements was showing. Once you observe in your textbook also, we have the Telangana map. In Telangana map also there is they mention that 600 meters, 300 to 600, and also the 150 to 300 and 150 above, 60 to 150, and also that 0 to 50 also. Like they mentioned that height area. Once if you observe that western side of Telangana, take an example, this is called as Telangana, north, south, west and east. This side of Telangana is always somewhat height, and here is somewhat less height. So western side of Telangana is having that more height areas, above 600 meters also, and if you go to the center, somewhat less height, and also that till here the height is somewhat less, and here areas is also having that some. Take an example, if the height of this area was above 600 meters, these areas come to that between 300 to 600, and these areas come to that 150 to 300, and these areas is come to that till 150 only. So Telangana is always the structural variations come to that. It is come from western side to eastern side sloping. Because of that factor only, all the rivers like Godavari and also the Krishna is flowing like this. If Telangana is bending towards the western side, at the time Krishna and Godavari and some other rivers, they never flow to the Telangana, and Telangana is converting into the desert. So because of the Telangana, the structure of Telangana is always bending from western side to eastern side. Because of that factor, the rivers like Godavari and Krishna is flowing. So thing is, here a height is 600 and here height is 300, here height is 150 and here height is somewhat less. Because of that, so the height is always like this. So here is more height, here is very less height. So because of that factor, the water rivers can be flows like this. If the height is like this, there is no chance of flowing of river. That's one of the point. So remember carefully, showing height on a map also. The last topic of this today's lesson was contour lines. What is meant by contour lines? Contour line means, let's call it contour line means lines which were drawing on the map for connecting the same height of a places are called as contour lines. Now I am giving you one example. Try to understand this example, then you can get it. So what is meant by contour lines? Contour line is a line which is going to be drawing between one place to other place for connecting for same height areas. Here the place was, this is in a house, was 150 meters height, and here is height of the house was 100 meters. So just I was mentioning that with some of the heights between one place to other places. So once if I'm going to connect that, or else I'm going to be draw the counter line, you can understand that. Take an example. First I'm connecting that 150 line. That is, this is in 150 line. From here also, again the line goes to the up. So it may, and also one more is called as 200 meters line. From here to, again goes like this. Again that 100, you see the 100. And now the slopes also you can get that. Counter line is a line. It is connecting between one area to other area for connecting the same height of the place or same height of the land is called as counter lines. So here also I was connecting that this is in 100, 100, 100, 100 and 100. So I am connecting these 5 houses with a 100 meters line. This is the one line is called as counter line. So counter lines may be that in sometimes irregular. So maybe that 100 you can found here, another 100 can be found here. It is not a regular between one area to other area. Some areas maybe the height is very less, and some areas the height is very high. So because of that, the counter lines cannot be equal or it cannot be a regular. It will be a irregular also. Clear or not? Now, what purpose we are going to be drawing these lines? Counter lines, if you are going to draw the counter line between one area to other area, we can understand that what is the height of the area. So what is the use of drawing the counter lines? Counter lines are drawing for the purpose of to know the height of the place. What is the slope of the area? And how much the slope can be found there between one area to other area. By knowing this height and the slope and a gentle slope, next by using that we can for the purpose of preparation of the road, or else called a construction of the roads, construction of the bridges, or else for construction of the biggest malls or else buildings. For the purpose of construction of these all the things, we require the counter lines. Without counter lines, it is not easy to construct the roads, buildings and all the things. So counter lines are very easy. For construction of the roads, we require that making of counter lines. So one more time, my dear children, try to understand that what we learned today about this lesson. Reading maps of different kinds. First, I explained that different type of areas are having the different type of conditions like temperature, rainfall, weather is all the things. And also we are making that different type of maps also. And I also explained that different types of maps like physical, political and also the historical map. And I also explained one more is called as symbols. And I explained that what type of symbols we are using. And what is the other name of symbols like conventional signs and conventional symbols also. And I explained that what is the need of making that physical map. And I also explained atlas and also what purpose we are measuring of height of an area. I gave that example Nimbur village, how we are drawing the Nimbur village, and I also explained that what is the need when we are drawing the map, what is the need of MSL, mean sea level, and I also explained that showing height and also the counter lines and how we are using some different colors, and also that uses of counter lines also. So thank you children. Once read this topic, and we are going to be attached some worksheets and also the notes. Everyone prepare well and read the lesson. If you have a doubt, you can share a message, and we are going to clarify the doubts for each and every student.